I'm Trish Pahanik, and this is Cynopsis, your first early morning briefing. It's Monday, October 2nd, 2006, and here is today's top story. Well, it seems Henry Schlieff hasn't just been playing tennis since his days following Court TV. He's in the final negotiations to do for the Hallmark channel what he did for Court TV, put it on the map. Henry would join Hallmark as its new CEO, a post recently left vacant by the departing David Evans. Neither side is speaking officially, but an announcement is expected this week. Hey, guess what? If you had a promo or a commercial in this daily podcast, it would go right about here. Coming up under more good stuff, Grey's Anatomy outdoes CSI, Ugly Betty number 2 to Survivor, OLN's newly named Versus debuts today and kicks off the NHL season Wednesday, Showtime offers select primetime series on Yahoo streaming for just 1 week, Dr. McStreamy joins Dr. McDreamy, Blade won't be joining anything, and Nick Cannon gets series on MTV. And while I'm telling you about all this stuff, take a look at these beautiful shots provided to us from the Internet Movie Archive. ABC's Ugly Betty premieres as a close number 2 to Survivor on Thursday night, and Grey's Anatomy pulls out another win at 9 o'clock over CBS CSI. NBC's ER won at 10 o'clock, while ABC's 6 Degrees and CBS Shark fell in behind. More details in the rating section below, but you gotta admit, this was big news for ABC. Formally changing its name from OLN to Versus as of today, the network and the National Hockey League will begin its coverage of the 2006-2007 NHL season October 4th at 7 o'clock, with an opening night doubleheader between the Buffalo Sabres and the Stanley Cup champions, the Carolina Hurricanes. The second game will feature the Western Conference competitors, Dallas and Colorado. Versus will carry 54 regular season NHL games, including a game of the week, with most produced in high definition. In a unique promotional partnership, Buena Vista is working with Valpak, the direct marketing company, to create awareness for According to Jim, as the ABC comedy has recently launched into national off-net syndication. In New York, LA, Chicago, Philly, and Boston, Valpak consumers can look for a special envelope with a lucky number inside to win $25,000 during the sitcom's telecast November 6th through the 17th. The promotion will be inserted in the show, telling viewers to look for their Valpak envelope in the mail. According to Jim, began its national syndication run on September 18th. Broadband and digital, Showtime will be offering a handful of its primetime series on Yahoo, though for a very limited time. From October 6th through the 13th, users can stream selected episodes of Weeds, Dexter, Sleeper Cell, and The L Word. This marks the first time Showtime, or any other pay TV network for that matter, will offer more than just one episode of any original series for streaming on the Internet. Moving along to production, development, and casting, NBC has ordered a drama pilot called Life from NBC Universal Television Studio. The story follows a police officer wrongly accused and falsely imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. Once he's released and able to rejoin the police force, he's committed to finding who really committed the crime and framed him. ABC's latest pilot project is called Parental Guidance, a sitcom from Ben Silverman about adult parents who are conducting their lives as if they were still in their early 20s, and the effect that life has on their young children. HBO is looking at a new project based on the UK series Suburban Shootout from Feel Good Fiction. The 30-minute series is set in a small suburban town, which for all intents and purposes looks perfectly normal. Look a little deeper and you'll find the housewives are actually at war with each other, hoarding weaponry and stashing ammo, with a decided desperate housewives mentality. According to Variety, while the first season of this series aired on Oxygen, the future seasons will not. MTV has ordered 8 episodes of Nick Cannon Presents Short Circuits, a sketch comedy set to launch in first quarter 2007 as part of MTV's 10 Spot Block. And ABC has added Eric Dane to the regular cast list of Grey's Anatomy, returning as Dr. Mark Sloan, that is Dr. McDreamy's ex-best friend and sometimes known as Dr. McSteamy. Spike TV has cast 2 lead roles in its new drama project, Amped, or AMPED, from Fox 21 and Bright Light Productions. The action takes place in Minneapolis, where the police force is trying to stop the spread of a destructive infection which leaves its victims mutated and extremely violent. Leading the cast are Lee Tergesen and Tony Curran. Meanwhile, the news at Spike TV series Blade wasn't nearly as positive. The show will not be renewed for a second season. The show debuted last June with 2.5 million viewers and finished its season with 896,000 turning in for the season finale. Casting call: DIY Network is looking for an experienced, charismatic carpenter for its show From Junkie to Funky. The creator-builder must be a male aged 24 to 34 who loves to build furniture out of discarded items, likes working with unusual materials, and knows all about power tools and lives in the Chicago area. Sound like you? Then check your inbox for today's edition or the Cynopsis.com website for the email address. Deadline is October 13th. Well, moving along, here's the rating summary for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, all according to Live Plus Same Day ratings from Nielsen Media Research. ABC edged out the competition to win Thursday night with a 6.216 adult 18 to 49. At 8 o'clock, CBS with Survivor Cook Islands was well ahead of the pack at a 5.816, and the series premiere of Ugly Betty on ABC was number 2 at a 4.914, and the season debut of Smallville on the CW came in 5th overall at a 2.26. ABC zoomed up the charts at 9 o'clock with Grey's Anatomy in first at a 9.422, with CBS CSI in second place at a 7.919, and coming in 5th again was the CW with the season premiere of Supernatural at a 1.64. NBC took the final first place at 10 with ER at a 6.116, with ABC's 6 Degrees Next at a 4.412, and CBS Shark in third at a 4.211. NBC maintained its number 1 status 2 weeks in a row Friday night with a 3.010 adult 18 to 49. Ghost Whisperer on CBS led at 8 o'clock with a 2.911, with NBC's Deal or No Deal next at a 2.710. NBC took the lead at 9 o'clock with Dateline at a 3.210, with CBS in second this time with Close to Home delivering a 2.68. NBC then topped off the final primetime hour with a win at 10, with Law & Order at a 3.110, just a tenth of a rating point ahead of CBS numbers at a 3.010. ABC led the game on Saturday night, posting an overall 2.48 adult 18 to 49. At 8 o'clock, 9, and 10, ABC won every hour of prime time for the Ohio State versus Iowa game. After football, it was all about Fox at 8 o'clock with a 2.07, and again at 9 with a 2.06 for America's Most Wanted. At 10 o'clock, NBC stepped up with a 2.17 for a repeat of Law & Order SVU. And your daily trivia dose. This commercial with the woman riding behind the cowboy and a jingle with the words "Easy for You" was an advertisement for what product? And that's going to wrap it up. Be sure to check your email for the full printed version of today's synopsis with some new executive moves and more on ratings, a whole load of new classified ads, a few of the stories that didn't make it into this podcast, and of course tonight's primetime broadcast lineup. The music in Synopsis was composed and performed by Michael J. Whalen. For Cynthia Turner, who wrote and compiled Synopsis in Connecticut, I'm Trish Pahanik.